Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be doing a career playthrough, a rank guide for Seiun Sky. I finally was able to pull her last night, got an A on my first run through, and I've gotten a few more since. And ultimately, she's a fun career playthrough, relatively easy A rank, and ultimately she's going to be very good in the competitive game as well. So. Definitely going to be a Uma that is used now and quite a bit in the future, and I look forward to getting her rank up, whether that be through stars or through potential. But we'll probably be bringing her up to potential level 5 as quickly as possible, as well as getting those star pieces unlocked if we're able to pull any additional ones. But for now, we'll leave it at that. It took about 50 pulls to get her this time around, and I don't have the luck that some people do where they're pulling 2 and 3 of her at a time that I see online, so we got one, and that's good enough for me. So let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to do this one of two ways, and I've had two ways work very consistently for me so far, and that's either the standard speed and power stack for our legacy sparks, or speed, stamina, power kind of split out. Because she does do long distance races, she is a front runner, we're gonna need a stamina level up to about like 700-800. We're gonna want stamina at least a B, if not an A, at the end of this career. And then speed we're gonna get up to S, power we're gonna get up to probably... I'm trying to do the mental notes right now, so power up to an B or an A, and then wit's going to get pretty high as well. So let's see what we got here. We have quite a bit of options that we can do as far as the sparks go. I'm going to be using my Taiki Shuttle, once I can find her. This is throwing me off. I'm listed it by a different way than I normally do, and it's messing with me. Let's go and find ourselves Taiki Shuttle. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There's one of them. Is it this one? Nope. I don't remember doing that many career playthroughs with Taiki. There we go. Oh my gosh. I've been saying Taiki Shuttle the whole time. That's Tokai Teo. Tokai Teo. The name sounds so familiar. Or similar. So let's do our Sakura Bakashin that has the 4212. And those are going to be the sparks that we're kind of aiming for here. If you have, a legacy character that's got, say, 33, 12, 12. Anything with like a 12 or above in stamina that also gives you some power, I highly recommend using. You would want to split between stamina and power instead of power and speed and stamina if the numbers are going to be higher. But definitely prioritize power overall. Speed is just kind of a little sprinkle on top. If we can get some while still getting this power up high, fantastic. I'm not going to complain about it, but we're going to get speed pretty high with our support cards naturally anyway throughout the career path, so it's not as essential. And here is the deck we're going to be using. Our 3 speed, 2 wit, 1 stamina card, and I highly recommend using the Kita-san Black support card if you have your own speed cards besides Kita-san Black that are high ranked as well, like 35, 40, 45, and you have 3 of them and they're pretty solid support cards. You might be interested in using a maxed out Super Creek as your borrowed card instead of a Kita-san Black on this one, because the stamina benefits that she gives and skills are very, very good. So definitely, if you don't have great speed cards and you only have 2 that you can really put up, prioritize Kita-san Black. But if you have some good speed cards, you might want to use 3 of your own speed cards and then borrow a Super Creek. and then just, you know, whatever your 2 best wit cards are. So that's the final build there, and we're going to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to skip ahead. She's got a really funny career. If you have not seen it, I may be doing a live playthrough of her tomorrow evening, and we can check out the dialogue there. However, I don't want to spoil too much or spend an hour and a half reading all of that for a tutorial video, so we're going to skip that at the moment. Let's go ahead and prioritize our 3 key traits: speed, stamina, power. So we got double stack of support cards on speed, so we'll take that. Two on wit, 2 on stamina. We'll take the 2 on stamina. Again, we're prioritizing our speed, power, stamina right now. We'll let her rest until she's happy, get some of that energy back. And deep breaths, that's a good skill to have for her, so she is a long distance runner. We're going to go ahead and take the 2 on speed again. Mati Kanepu Kitaru is getting up there with Kitasen Black, close to being in the green, and we haven't even made our debut yet, so this is a good start. And now we got 4 on stamina, we'll take that. Super Creek is always our biggest lagging support card. She doesn't have an initial friendship bonus really, so she just starts out a lot further behind than the other support cards, but that's okay. She'll get up there eventually. Alright, so then we got 2 on speed. We'll prioritize the 2 on speed, and we got a skill hit. Alright, so our energy is getting pretty low. In this case, we actually are going to train wit, because we got a 0% failure. There's 4 stacked on there, so that's a lot of friendship bonuses to increase in 1 turn. And we get the additional speed training there. It's not much, but it does kind of add up, so. In this case, these 2, if Super Creek was here, we would have done the wit training, but I'm actually going to go ahead and do a recreation and get that mood up. And we got a little bit of energy there too. And since she just dropped, I don't actually have these dialogue options memorized yet. However, we are going to be doing the classic method of picking whatever dialogue option sounds like it's going to give us energy back. Alright, so our mood's good. We'll do a wit training here. And then 27%. I still don't like those odds, so I'm going to rest this turn. And then get 1 good training in going into the junior debut here. We'll take speed. And we should not really have an issue winning this junior debut. Seiun Sky is preset as a front runner, so she should be able to pull off the win at this junior debut rather easily. And there we go. First place. Junior debut. Off to a good start here. And 13 turns to get 3,000 fans. Which is a lot of turns for not a lot of fans. But we're going to still try and get these friendship bonuses up as quickly as possible. We didn't really have any good support card stacks there, so we are going to rest, get max energy, and, you know, be able to do better turns going forward. Kitasen Black's going to proc a event there and give us a mood up. So now we're great mood, which is fantastic, so we get the bonus. And power had a 3 stack there. A little effort, and you can get the win. Is going to give us a stamina boost. We got 3 on speed. Alright, so that's one support card in the green. That's Daiwa Scarlet. We'll do the 3 on speed here again. Narita Taishin's getting close to being able to do rainbow training. We're at 18% failure. We'll do the Matiken Kafukitaru training on Wit. And Banker, that's going to give us, let's see, 20 stamina. Excellent. So we're actually going to take the guts here, because we like those Super Creek hints. So we got quarter recovery. Excellent. We are going to rest here. Energy's getting pretty low. We got Daiwa on Wit, Rainbow Training, Narita Taishin, but we do have a double blue here. So we'll do the speed training here, even though Taishin had a skill hint. That's fine. And we're going to give us some training points. That gives us some energy back. That one's pretty consistent. Or that one's always the same outcome there. So Power Narita Taishin is now in Rainbow Training. So before our second goal here, we have 1, 2... Oh! Whoops! That was a misclick. I was going to say that we have 4 cards already doing Rainbow Training. We had a double stack on Wit there, but unfortunately, I absolutely blew that. We're going to go ahead and get our Hanshin Juvenile Fillies. That's going to give us over 6,500 fans, and that will more than meet our goal here. First place, looking good. Strategy to meet the next race down, 20 energy, no problem. We got 56 skill points from that, so we're looking good. And we already got our Swinging Maestro. That's pretty soon for that to happen, so looking good. Cup of tea, get some energy back. We get 1 training before. The next goal is let known to us, so we'll do a Wit training with Suzuka. And she is our last speed card, I believe, that we have to get up to Rainbow Training. Excellent. And the next goal, 5 races, or 5 turns until the Satsuki show. So this is a good stack on Wit. Daiwa Scarlet, we get to train Super Creek and Silent Suzuka at the same time. And we're going to do Wit one more time and get Kita-san Black up, and now she can do Rainbow Training. And we're getting a lot of energy skills here, which I like to see. Those are the blue skills that I'm referring to. And then double speed, we like to see that. Once we get these Rainbow Trainings up like we have at this point, the turn choices become a little more clear, because we're pretty much just going to be choosing the best Rainbow Training that we have, prioritizing speed first, Wit for energy back, and then once Super Creek gets up there, we'll occasionally slip a few of her in there just to get that stamina up to where we need it to complete career. 42 in speed all day. Love to see that. A double stack again. And here comes our inspiration, where we're going to get a good amount of power and a little bit of speed. So we were able to get 67 power there. Satsuki Show should not be much of an issue for us. It's only a 2,000 meter race. And another first place with Seiun Sky. Again, like I mentioned, she's got a relatively easy career, and she's got really funny dialogue. So if you have her, or if you've, scouted her, it might be worth reading it as you go through here. But I like to get as many runs in as possible for these training. Especially if it fails and I get really bad RNG, because then I gotta go back and restart the recording. Okay, so we'll do the Wit training with Super Creek there. She's now up to Rainbow Training, and we got us another skill hint. Matikera Fukitaru is giving us an event there, and then we got another Rainbow Wit training going into the Japanese Derby. This is going to be our first 2400 meter race. In order to win this without any issue, I am going to go in and purchase a stamina skill. Let's see here, what do our discounts look like? 10% off, 30% off, 30% off, straightaway recovery, we'll take that, because that's going to be the highest discount we get for that. And that should be enough to get us first place in the Japanese Derby here. I would always recommend buying at least one skill before this, as if you have your stats up to where we did, you probably aren't going to have any issues winning it regardless. However, there is still an RNG chance, and you can kind of eliminate that by banking on a skill to proc, and our wit's pretty high, so it's very likely that we'll have that occur. 9 turns into the Kikuka show, and we've got our beach training coming up. We'll do a wit, and we'll have almost full energy going into the beach training. Or was that a couple turns off the training guide? Get practice perfect. Ooh, double on speed, we'll take that. And here comes the beach training. We're going to rest and recover, get max energy, and then hopefully we'll get some good stacks here. 28, we'll take the 33 wit. 41 on stamina, love to see that. Lots of dialogue, lots of dialogue. Top option is going to give us 10 power. We got 31 on speed, we'll take that. That's anything above 30 is pretty much an instant yes for me, especially when it's stacked up on speed. And that was a pretty decent beach training. We're going to rest since we didn't have any rainbow procs there. 43 wit, we'll take that. And then we got a 22 on speed. Let's go ahead and take that. And here comes the Kikuka show, where we are going to purchase one more skill. And if you have it by this point, this is when I strongly recommend purchasing Swinging Maestro. And if not, you might want to buy 2 other blue skills. Just because we're trying to get our stamina up, which is why we do have the Super Creek, because Seiun Sky does have some decently long races. However, we aren't prioritizing stamina for the A rank. We are still prioritizing speed, power, wit to get the A rank, but we also don't want to fall behind with the stamina, and if we can get that up past the 600, I don't know if we're going to on this run, as we're a little low for that at this point. But if you do manage to get it up to 600, you always have the chance of getting a 3-star Stamina Spark. And here comes the Trainer's Handbook, where we get 20 wit and some skill points. Alright, so we got another, we're getting a lot of 43 wits. It's like the 3rd one in a row. I'm not going to complain, but geez. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're falling a little behind on speed and power. Let's do 1 power. I believe we're pretty close to getting power 2, but that's not as important. We shouldn't have any issues with the Arima Keen in here. And another first place. She is rolling through these races, man. Love to see it. Training-wise, she's like the... as far as difficulty goes, she's like the Sakura Bakushin of long-distance runners. And there's going to be a option here that will give energy back. Stop her from overworking herself, or pray that she doesn't. Excellent. 21, called it. 35, 36, we'll take the 35 in speed. because double stack speeds always get priority here. Bushel of carrots, awesome. That's going to give us a good bonus. 5 points in each stat. Don't eat too many. We'll get some points there. 49 speed. Oof. Oof. You melted my heart here, saying. You'd love to see that. And we got the angles thingy. Whatever the angle, whatever her skill's called. My bad. My bad. 47 wit and 14 power. We'll take the 27 in wit. We're getting a lot of good wit stacks here. Daiwa Scarlet is a great wit character. So if you have her, I recommend using her. I use her on pretty much all of my builds. And then let's do one more stamina here. Oh, that to be around 400. Here comes some inspiration. Will we get lucky? Nope, no golden inspiration, but that's fine. Okay, 64 power, not bad. And now we need to get these up. So, before the Tenno show, we're gonna do speed training before the Tenno show. Get a little bit of power, get speed up to... Did that push us over the A, or are we just short? One short. Now, here, we are going to go ahead and, due to having Kitasen Black, we will have Professor of Curvature. If you borrow Kitasen Black, you should be able to get Professor of Curvature. I highly recommend it. It is a fantastic skill. And if you do not follow Kitasen Black, I will leave a link in the description where you can go and search for members that you can follow and borrow their Kitasen Blacks. So, we have gotten first all the way through career so far, I believe, and we're killing it. 3 turns until the Takarazuka Kinen. And our energy's getting low, so we'll take a rest. We got a 50, and we'll get 2 trainings in before this upcoming race. $24, $27. We'll take the 24. And we're pretty much maxed out for our skills. Everything that we buy at the end of career is going to be just to get our career points up, to get us closer to that A rank. Because now that we have Swinging Maestro, Professor of Curvature, and the other cooldown skill, you know, we're going to be more than okay for the rest of this career. And we got another beach training. We're going to rest and rec, get some of that energy back. 37, we'll take the 37 in speed all day. 33 in wit. 26, 36. I would like to have a triple stack in speed there. Sai Games, get on that. And we'll have 4 more turns to get this speed up. We'll take that. Rainbow training with Suzuka is always good. And we'll probably do 1 rest before our next turn. That way we can get 1 good training in before the Tenno Show Autumn. Mood down. What are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna do this anyway. Normal mood, she'll be fine for the Autumn Tenno Show. I believe that's only a 2200 meter. And here we go. We got first place all day long. Oh yeah, that's only at 2,000 meters, so even shorter than I thought. I can't believe we got debuffed right at the end there. We're gonna have to waste a turn healing this. Rest. Let's give... No! I wanted the... I mean, I guess that's fine. I wanted the shrine visit. Mood down. Mood up. Okay, no rainbow training, so we'll do infirmary. It didn't cure it. It didn't cure it. No, no. Oh, okay, I guess we're doing infirmary again. Finally, there we go. That is brutal. I hate it when that happens so much. Not to mention, we're so close to getting the stats to where we need them, and we just had to waste 3 turns. Oh, Cygames, why do you do this to me? We should have no issues with the Arima Keenan either. There we go, first place. And now we are headed into the URA Finals. So I have a couple of turns to train here. 23, we'll take the 33 in wit here. And we'll get 2 good speed trainings before the end of this career. And hopefully we'll get some good stacks here. Our power's not quite as high as I would have liked to have it. But that's what happens when you roll the dice and get some horrible RNG with the skills. Or with the skills, with the debuffs. We got very lucky with the skills in this one. We got Swinging My Show very early on, and Professor of Curvature pretty early on as well. There you go. She's got such a fun character design. Let's go ahead and do our last speed training. Well, we have a 31, not bad. Could have been worse. I would have liked to have a little more stacking up on my skills here, but oh well. We should be able to completely blow the finals out of the water here without even so much as a sweat. There we go, and we have become legends. So we got the legend casually throughout her career path. I believe she got first place in everything. And this should be an A rank. We'll go ahead and purchase our skills at the end here. And Director's Fan, so we get plus 15 in these stats. Plus 5 for completing career. And these are stats SSAB plus C. And our aptitudes, medium, long, and front are the ones I'm going to throw these skills in. We've already bought quite a few. Unrestrained is a front. Medium, long, front. Front. 88 points to go. Firm conditions, always a good one to have. And complete career, and then we'll review the stats. That is a fairly comfortable A at 11,009 points. We got a 1-star stamina spark. I would have liked to get more because I have like no stamina sparks, but finishing off that, pretty casual gameplay with Seiun Sky. We got 1122 in speed, 448 stamina, 851 power, 280 guts, 765 wit. A pretty decent skill spread here while purchasing Professor of Curvature, Unrestrained, and Swinging My Show in the gold skills. And we got our unique skill, the Angling and Scheming, up to level 4, as well as achieving the legend rank there on the pyramid. 13 races, 13 wins, 365,000 fans. I mean, this is ultimately what you would call a flawless career, and it would have been nearly perfect had we not gotten that one debuff. But regardless of all that, there you have it. That is going to be my easy A-rank guide for the new UMA release of Seiun Sky. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Leave a comment in the comment section to let me know which UMA you'd like to see me train next. And have a great evening. Bye-bye.